Hey there! In this session, we will be talking about force in a flash. Have you ever wondered how and why we can lift some things up while other things we can't? Today, we're going to talk about just that. In this session, you will be able to explain what force is, enumerate the types of force, and identify the forces acting in a situation. Okay, let's begin. When we talk about force, it's not only about push or pull. There is more to lifting bags or dragging objects across the floor. Because when we talk about force, there are quite a few of them. Let's start with the definition of force. Force is a vector quantity, meaning it has magnitude and direction. As I have told you, force is not only about pushing or pulling. When we pull or push things, there is a direction to where the force will be applied on. Any quantity that has direction is called a vector, and force is one of them. The unit for force is Newton, or capital N in an equation. With the application of force, it can change the state of objects. There are two types of forces, fundamental and non-fundamental force. When we refer to fundamental forces, we are also referring to what is called a non-contact force, which means a force which does not require close proximity for any reaction to take place. In contrast, non-fundamental forces are forces which requires close proximity for any reaction to take place. Therefore, it is also called contact force. Under fundamental forces, we have gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. While non-fundamental forces are applied force, normal force, friction force, tension force, and air resistance. Take a piece of paper for example. Allow it to fall freely. What do you observe? Now, take another piece of paper. Crumple it, then allow it to fall freely. How do you compare the way these similar objects in two different situations as they fall? Definitely, in the real world, both are affected by many forces. But between the two situations, two forces took a significant role in the way the paper fall. In the first situation, it can be observed that the paper falls slower as a larger surface area accommodated more air in reducing the acceleration of the fall. On the other hand, the crumpled paper took a faster rate of fall as there is less surface area to reduce the acceleration of the object as it falls. Therefore, gravity prevailed in taking the crumpled paper down into the ground. As the plain paper fell, the air pushed against the paper, therefore the prevailing force is a contact force or a non-fundamental force. While on the second situation, there was lesser action of other forces, thus fundamental or non-contact force prevailed in the fall of the crumpled paper. Now, since the sub-forces were already identified, classify the following points based on the example. To recap, you learned about what force is, the types of force, and classifying forces acting in a situation. Let's check what you've learned. Try to answer the following questions. What are the classification of force? What's the difference between the types of force? And how are the different types of forces related? Remember, there are more things than meets the eye. Forces exist, but are not necessarily visible. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate your time. See you on the next one.